Luci's Dollys and DIYs. Today on the channel, I will be finishing up Maddie's makeover, getting her transformation complete. If you have not done so already, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload from our channel. Share our channel with your family and friends. Well, let's get right into it. You will see me here in the video. I will be weighting the arms and the legs with glass beads and weighting material. I like to weight the hands up to the wrist and the feet up to the ankle. I really don't like for my babies to be that heavy. I have a tendency to stuff my babies with polyfill really heavy, which also adds weight to the doll. So that's why I only weight the ankles and the wrist of the babies. The next part is stuffing the limbs with polyfill, and to help me do that, I do have a long dowel rod to help me push it in there, because if you use your hands, you're gonna make your fingers hurt terribly. So be sure when you're doing this that you have something long enough that you can use to push or insert the polyfill down to the ankle. And I really like putting weighting material in the ankle, such as the glass beads. That way I'm not pushing the polyfill that far into the ankle, because if I want to modify it again and take it apart, it's going to be really tough to get it all the way out of the ankle and the foot. So this is a way I like to weigh and stuff my limbs. Now we're ready to do the arms of the Maddie. The Maddie arms are pretty straightforward. Because there is no bend in the elbow, we can insert the polyfill straight down to the wrist of the doll. Moving on to the body. Maddie is a makeover baby who had a previous body that had a lot of stuffing in it, and we're going to reuse that. And we're also going to place her on a smaller body because this one is too big for a baby. I think I found the right body that will work best for her. So next, I want to create a weighting bag to go on the inside. Adding some weight to her lower half on the inside will help balance her out. Especially since her arms and legs are already weighted, I want her to feel really nice and stable. I've found that if I don't add weight to the body cavity along with the arms and the legs, the body will slip out of sitting position since there's nothing to hold the bottom in place. So I want to make sure that I add the weight to the bottom. And here, as you can see, I am using poly pellets and glass beads to weigh the inside of this baby. The bag is ready, so we're going to go ahead and start stuffing the baby. I'm going to put this weighting pack in first. I want to kind of put it on her bottom and kind of let it fall there, and I'm going to put stuffing on top of that. I have here her old body, which has stuffing in it. That's perfect to get her started, and I'm going to reuse that. I also want to check to see how well the baby will sit up with the weighting in the bottom. So if I need to make adjustments, I want to see that in advance. So here, if we did not put enough in the bottom, the baby would just slip out of place or fall over. And we don't want that. Inserting zip ties to attach the arms and the legs. It would be a good idea to pay attention to the flat side when you're inserting it into the casing around the opening. This is the side of the zip tie that's going to receive the other end, and if you put it in the wrong way, it's going to slip back out. It's not an issue. However, it is definitely an inconvenience. So if you can notice that very early on, it'll save you from having to remove it and start again. Take a look at this. Somehow I have chosen a body that has a ripped seam. And I am going to definitely need to mend this before I can keep this body. But for now, I'm going to keep going as is. Okay, so let's jump to inserting the legs onto the body. I like to do the legs because I like to test while I'm doing it the ability of the body to sit. All right, so that's it for the legs. Let's see if she can sit. She sits pretty decent. She could use a little bit more weighting in the body to make her fall forward, but I don't like my babies to be that heavy. So some weighting in the bottom is enough for me. Be sure when you're tightening the zip ties on the arms and the legs that you do it a little bit at a time. You want to make sure that the arms and legs can still move, but the zip ties can also hold them in place. If you just over tighten, you will run through a lot of zip ties because you would have to take them apart to do all of that again. Now that the arms and legs are done, we're going to move on to the head. Now sometimes when I get these zip ties, they're not long enough to go all the way through the casing. Many times this is okay because the neck of the doll is not as big as the opening. So what I like to do is I like to push that zip tie all the way through to the other side and zip it just a little bit to hold it in place, which will then leave a hole large enough for the neck of the doll to be adjusted in place later. Well, we are ready to stuff Maddie's head to the max. No weighting such as glass beads or poly pellets. I will be stuffing her head with only polyfill. And right now, I'm using my fingers to stuff, but I will also be using a dowel to push the polyfill into her face and head. But I will also give her face a little squeeze to make sure that I'm not overfilling or distorting her features. Next up, before I can put Maddie's beautiful head on her body, I've got to mend the seam that was ripped that you saw in the beginning. And I'm going to use some flesh colored brown thread and a needle to get that done. And I'm not going to take her back apart to do so. Next, we're going to put her head on her body. Look at that face. We're going to slide the head into the neck ring and we're going to adjust the zip ties slowly because we don't want the head to be too tight, and we're going to twist the head in the opening as we do so to make sure that it's not too tight as we do it. And we're going to be ready to say this baby is complete. Look at her. Oh, this video has gone on long enough. We're gonna jump right to Maddie's reveal. Get ready, here she comes. Ta-da! Here's Maddie. I am here, everyone. I am here. This baby, everyone. My goodness. I did not think she would turn out this well. I was hoping that she would, but she has surprised me very much. This hair is gorgeous. I made a comment in my video talking about ruffle up the hair and put a bow on it. Baby, all I wanted to do was ruffle up these beautiful curls and put a bow on it. And look at these rolls. They're so cute. I wish I was really painting her from the beginning. And these thighs, my goodness. OMG, I am very excited and very pleased with her transformation. The hair, the techniques, the rooting, oh my goodness, all the challenges. But she's just so cute, isn't she sweet? Oh my goodness, it just makes me want to go, ooh wee, Dolly. And just like that, Maddie is complete. From the moment I introduced her as a little head on the table at the Maddie Monday Tea Party to a fully assembled rooted beauty, it's been an awesome journey to see her become the Dolly she is today. I hope you seeing the rooting and the assembly process up close will give you some insight and maybe some inspirations for your Dolly projects. I am truly falling in love with this little Dolly, and I hope her transformation has touched you as much as it has touched me. Just taking an old thrifted doll and making it over is definitely a reason to celebrate creativity and a little bit of Dolly magic. Everyone, if you've enjoyed this series, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment to let us know your favorite part. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the Dolly goodness we got coming up next. The next time you dress your Dolly baby and you're holding it in your arms, you realize how cute and how sweet it looks. Before hugging it tight, I want you to look at it and say, ooh wee, Dolly, you're so cute to me. Ooh wee, Dolly, you're a special treat. Thanks for joining us here on this journey here at Luci's Dollys and DIYs. Until next time, from my Dolly room to yours. Bye.